This is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN.Network, and we're a proud media sponsor for the upcoming Precious Metals Summit Beaver Creek, which is being held virtually this year. Joining me right now is Alan Carter. He is the president and CEO of Cabral Gold. It's a publicly traded company. I got two symbols for you: CBR on the TSX Venture and CBGZF in the US. Alan, thank you for joining me today. How you doing?
Nice to be here, Robert. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's start with a very quick overview and history of the company, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, Robert, we are a listed company, as you said. We have an advanced gold project in Brazil. We have a current resource of about 1 million ounces. It is part of a much larger district, which we control 100% of. We have high-grade drill intercepts in 8 other targets outside the 1 million ounces in terms of the resource base. And we have an aggressive drill program starting in August of 2020, which should continue for the next 9 to 12 months. So I think it's going to be a very exciting time for the company moving forward.
And what would you say makes the company unique and different compared to your peers?
Yeah, good question. Well, the first thing that makes it unique is we have a significant land position in an area of northern Brazil, which was the site of the world's largest gold rush in history. So there's a gold rush here that started in 1978 and was 10 times larger than the California gold rush, which you'll be more familiar with. The Cuiú Cuiú project, which we own 100% of, was the largest area of placer workings during the gold rush time. So it was a very, very rich area. I think the thing that makes it unique in addition to that is that we already have 1 million ounces in the ground. So we're not starting from a resource base of 0. We've got 1 million ounces in the ground. And we have multiple targets here. So as I said, there's 8 other areas that already have a little bit of drilling with high-grade drill intersections. And in addition to that, Robert, we have probably another dozen or so targets with boulders on surface, some of them extremely high-grade. Within the last 6 months, we've discovered 2 new targets that we didn't know existed until recently. And one of those targets, the boulders are averaging 91 grams a ton gold on surface, never had a drill hole. The other one that we discovered in April this year is averaging 26 grams a ton on surface. And there are a bunch of others, but those are 2 of the better ones. So it is a district scale opportunity. We think there's a real good possibility that this resource is going to grow by a significant amount. And I'm not talking 30, 50, 100%. I'm talking much, much larger than that.
And what's your background? I mean, how'd you come into all this?
I trained as a geologist. I have a PhD in gold and structural geology. I spent 10 years living in South America. I worked for 13 years with Rio Tinto and BHP. Four of those 13 years, I was doing business development work for Billiton and BHP in Canada. So I was looking at a lot of junior companies. So if you like, I was on the buy side. I was in a very unique position to meet with hundreds of junior companies and get some sort of idea of what made some of these companies successful, formed my own views, and decided that I would be much better off in the junior resource side of things. Since then, I've been involved in a number of discoveries. I've been involved in the discovery of 4 gold deposits directly in Brazil. First company I founded, we took that was a copper project in Argentina that we picked up from my old employer, Rio Tinto. We took that company called Peregrine Metals from $1 million initial market cap to a $450 million sale to Stillwater Mining. So I've got quite a bit of experience now in the junior mining space. I'm very familiar with South America, particularly Brazil. I'm fluent in Spanish and Portuguese, and as I said, I've had some success. We sold our last company to Ross Beatty. That's now part of Equinox Gold. So we're hoping that this company here that we only founded about 2.5 years ago is going to be a huge success. The project's very, very special, as I said.
Alan, from what you can tell us, what are some of the company's value catalysts now moving forward for the rest of this year going into 2021?
Yeah, well, I think you have to bear in mind that currently the market cap of this company is about 25 million Canadian dollars, so it's tiny. We have $4 million in cash, so the actual value of the assets here, the value of the rest of the company is worth 21 million Canadian. If you set that against the fact that we already have a resource of 1 million ounces, then the value of this company is currently about $16 per ounce of gold in the ground. And as you know, Robert, currently gold is trading at about 1,950 US. So I think that's the real opportunity to get in on the ground floor on a company which has tremendous upside, which currently the valuations are very low. But quite apart from that, there's lots of catalysts coming up. And I would say that probably the most important set of catalysts we have in the next few months, starting within the next 3 to 4 weeks, is the fact that we've got a very aggressive drill program plan. So we're hoping to drill 30 to 50,000 meters in the next 12 months. So it's a very aggressive drill program. And obviously there'll be news out on a regular basis. Every few weeks, we'll be putting more drill results out. Quite apart from that, that drilling is not going in, as I said, to one target. It's going into a whole series of targets. So every 2 or 3 weeks or so, we'll be moving to a different target. And so the investor will have the opportunity to potentially participate in a new discovery every 2 or 3 weeks. It's going to be tremendously exciting. I'm not going to be getting a lot of sleep. And I think there's an enormous potential to add tremendous value here, particularly since, as I said, we're starting from a very low base. The gold price generally moves. Recently, it's been moving $20, $30, $40 a day. As I said, again, our current enterprise value is about $16 US an ounce in the ground. So going to be a very exciting period for us moving forward.
And where can our audience go and find everything they need to know about Cabral Gold?
We have a website, obviously. It's cabralgold.com, CABRAL gold.com, or you can email me directly, Alan at cabralgold.com.
And Alan, with that, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Good luck, stay safe, and I look forward to our next update.
Thanks very much, Robert.
Thank you. Again, my name is Robert Kraft. I'm your host on SNN.Network, and we're a proud media sponsor for the Precious Metals Summit Beaver Creek, being held virtually this year. Alan will be there with Cabral Gold, and thank you all for listening today.